Alright, welcome everyone to 20 Sides to Every Story. Tonight we are playing our campaign that I'm no longer calling Beyond the Tomb of Annihilation. We'll just call it plain old Planescape. Dead Gods. The plot of this story is essentially following an old AD&D 2nd edition module called Dead Gods, but I perused through it, taken some things from it, and updated it for 5th edition for us to play here as our sequel to the very first campaign that we've ever did on the channel, Tomb of Annihilation. So this story follows and continues the story of Reggie and Klaus and two new characters that joined them along the way. But before we begin, I'd like to encourage you, if you're watching us and you're enjoying what we are broadcasting, I encourage you to give us a follow so you can get notified when we go live. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to support us that way. Subscription is probably the best way for you to support the channel, and it comes with a number of benefits to you. We give all of our subscribers chances to play with us each month in subscriber-only games. And you also get bonus EXP, which is like the viewer currency of our channel, which you can spend in the EXP store to influence the game, give the players little boosts. Give the DM little boosts if you think it's going too easy for them, or you can do other goofy things like name NPCs or start rumors or things like that. So we also now have a Patreon page which you can use to support us. If you'd like to do a paid subscription through Patreon, basically the big perk there is if you subscribe at the tier 3 level on our Patreon page, I'll put you in one of our ongoing campaigns, which would include this game. It would include Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which we play on Tuesdays, or it may include a brand new campaign that will be starting up next month. We're going to be doing a Curse of Strahd campaign on the channel. So number of ways for you to join us, but you can also subscribe just right through Twitch, and if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can do that for free. All you have to do is go to twitchprime.com and get connected with a free Twitch Prime account, and then you can swing back to the channel and subscribe that way. We've been doing kind of an open world sandbox game with our subscribers. We've been playing a 5th edition conversion of the old B1 and B2 modules, some of the first modules that were ever written for D&D. So that's another way that you could support the channel and get in on our fun. Alright, well, with that, our last session of this game was very stressful, I think, for the players. They successfully defended Yggdrasil, the World Tree, a place that they've been existing and adventuring in for I don't know, probably about a week or so now, I'm guessing. But you, the four of you have come across this plot. You had I think Reggie and Dino specifically that spied upon this like gouge or crater that was right on one of the limbs of the World Tree, and you overheard this little tiny devil, some kind of a lackey for some greater evil that you still don't quite know who his master is. But he was addressing some of these ghastly visages that you have dealt with on a number of occasions now. And it seemed that you already know that these visages, these spirits, they are capable of killing living folk and assuming their identity. And so the little Mephit was basically addressing them to go and do this kind of because of you four. It was addressing them to go kill the people in Crux, this little town, this little burg that sits, aptly named Crux. It sits right on a limb that fits right alongside the trunk of the World Tree. And so Mephit was asking them, go kill, Veritas Mauve, the de facto mayor there. Go kill Marlis, the druid that you had saved. Go kill the blacksmith. Go kill all sorts of folk that you'd interacted with. But you four stepped in to stop that. And all these spirits, as they were trying to leave, upon your intervention, they kind of coalesced and became this one gigantic form, this one gigantic, monstrous, shadowy being that you did battle with. But during that battle, Klaus died. And it was that death, that defeat, led you to... upon you defeated the big shadowy thing and successfully... hey, Winston, thanks for stopping by. Maybe we'll catch you in a bit. It was upon defeating that shadowy thing, you destroyed this little device that seemed like kind of dug into the bark of this tree. It seemed that maybe that was the source of the corruption that had been happening. But with Klaus's death, you were turned back to Crux with a heavy heart. It wasn't really a victory that you could feel proud of exactly. But you went to Veritas, and after some convincing, you had this idea that perhaps you could go and speak to Marlis, who maybe could ask for some intervention via the tree. And so, she asked to be released, and you all went with her to her shrine. And all night she prayed. And where we ended, morning has come, and there was kind of like this blast of frosty, frigid air, which is quite the contrast to the kind of very comfortable, humid air that you've... It's like the perfect temperature on the tree normally, but then this blast of frigid, cold air... probably similar to what you felt before, Reggie, when you channel the energy of the ring. Out of nowhere, this creature, this elf creature, bluish skin, very pointy ears. It kind of resembles Klaus. It stands before you. It's wearing his things, his weapons, his possessions are with him, but, he's like he only vaguely looks like Klaus. He no longer has, a full beard the way he did, and instead has almost like frost or like icicles that hang off of his chin that give him kind of that same look, but very otherworldly. And his skin is tinged with a blue hue. And he's kind of looking at you all with a fairly stoic expression.
Blue now.
Why so grim, guys?
You've changed.
I want to poke his face. Yeah, Klaus is. You look different.
Maybe this will help. Oh, oh, oh,
Hey!
Oh,
Klaus!
it's
Klaus!
You're back.
I'm back, guys.
Big Torm. Is Marlis with us?
She's there. She's just kind of kneeling before this kind of wooden altar. But she looks very exasperated. You can see heavy bags under her eyes. She's been up all night channeling the presence of the tree. But she kind of smiles a bit, and you kind of see her go back into a prayer. She closes her eyes.
I maybe kind of sort of directed at her, but don't want to interrupt her prayers. Like, Marlis, thank you, thank you, thank you. And World Tree, thank you. This is amazing. We can never repay you.
I'll
How you
say
feeling?
to Marlis that I'll thank her too, and say that her willingness and faith may be key to saving the entire life. Klaus spoke with the tree.
Yeah, she opens her eyes and she looks at you, Klaus, and a weak smile creeps across her face as she says, "It was Yggdrasil decided that it was not time for you to drift off to whatever outer plane your spirit wanted to go to. It reached out and grabbed you and cradled you. You have, I think, a very well, an important role to play in the things that are to come."
I just feel like I'm a messenger more than a hero.
You've been sent back to us. To complete your destiny, huh?
Yep.
Eh.
Right now, all of our destinies rely on getting rid of this poison, this disease. We can't banish it. The tree told me that life itself would pretty much cease to exist.
Wow. You were all about trying to get back to home, and this tree must have been pretty powerful.
My spirit was definitely trying to go back home to Sassel, but
I think you've brought a little bit back with you. It's a little chilly here now.
it is. Well, that's the interesting thing about some of the history of my life and my parents. I'm not from Sassel. I thought I was, but actually, my father was a Eladrin,
Yeah.
Bay Elf, I believe. He is from, where is he from?
Well, he was from the Feywild, which is essentially, you all would know what the Feywild is. On any material plane, there's likely to be this mirror plane called the Feywild, which is a place of fairy creatures, satyrs, these kinds of things, these kind of whimsical, tricksy kinds of things. And so it's just like a reflection of the world, kind of like the whimsical reflection. And so Eladrin are elves that, the long and short of it is, they're elves that were wanted to meld with that plane versus going off to their own god's planes in the afterlife. And so Klaus's father is one of these Eladrin.
That's true. Klaus, how you feeling?
I feel amazing. I feel like I finally understand my whole life. My mother and I were split up by slavers. Always felt like Sassel was my home, but kind of knew it wasn't. And I feel like a new being. I believe I've lost the human part of my body. My mother was a human, and my father was not. So basically, I'm pretty much immortal now. No big deal.
There you go.
That
How
sounds
are you
awesome.
guys doing?
Well, better now.
Well,
How,
yeah,
how long was I gone for?
a few hours.
What happened?
Well, we killed the thing, and then found out we gotta find that vampire thing, right? That
Yeah.
shot through that portal.
Yeah, we killed the big Nightwalker thing. We took care of the mini Soulmonger thing.
Yeah.
Well, that happened before you died.
Yeah, that's true.
What about that thing that took me down?
Oh yeah,
That-
we killed
is
that.
that thing gone for good? All right.
We hope so.
We hope so.
I hope
yeah.
so too. I mean,
Ugh.
Did we, in order to get the druid released, Marlis, did we need to make a deal with what's his name, the mayor?
He asked you to return back to that dining hall that's in High Point. Last you saw him, he was not looking great.
Yeah, that's right.
He was kind of
'Cause
embattled.
That's right. A portal is like stuck open, and there's continually people coming through it. So, maybe we go do that.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
sounds like we have to go there. Yeah.
I think we do.
I have a little message or information for Reggie. He's serious about ending this infection. He told me that every time you spend a charge on that ring, it brings more and more evil into your soul.
Into mine or into everyone's?
Mostly you, but also the people around you. And it said that we're to defeat Alex. What's the villain's name? Devil.
You've heard it called Tenebras.
I think
Yeah.
that's the only name we know.
Yeah. Maybe more
Um,
generically called the Deathbringer or something like God Killer, maybe. But
I guess the biggest thing to remember, Reggie, is we've never had any good people try to steal or take this ring from us. Always been pursued by devils and thieves and crooked people in the jungle. Just be very careful.
Well, that's all the more reason that we need to hang on to it and prevent anyone else from having it, right? I mean, it has such power, and even if something bad were to happen to me, it's better that it happens to me and I shoulder that than anybody else having to deal with it.
Well,
Yes, but it wants to be used. Don't use it.
Yeah, don't. I'll tell you another thing, Reggie. My people that I've never met, and I don't know how wise they are and powerful they are, but they decided in their winter court that ring needed to be destroyed, and it's pure evil.
Who told you this?
Yggdrasil.
Torm tell you this? Yggdrasil told you this. Okay. Well, I know this is coming from a good place, and I sincerely appreciate everything you're telling me. And it will not fall on deaf ears.
Okay, because I feel that eventually it will fall on deaf ears, and it possibly may be already, but I would like to trust you because you are my buddy, my friend, and my, or I guess in a lot of ways.
Hell yeah. And I know that all of this is coming from a place of concern for me, and I appreciate that very, very much.
Reggie,
Word.
you can feel something stirring
Hmm.
in the ring. The ring
Oh, I
is...
thought you meant like I was pregnant or something.
Well, you do have this presence, the second presence, you know, in kind of within you.
Glad about you.
That of the ring, and it feels, you can sense that it's feeling uneasy or uncomfortable the more Klaus talks about this experience he's had.
Okay. Like a sense of anxiety kind of thing?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Is there a way to commune with that entity, or is it kind of a one-way street?
You're not sure. I don't know that you've attempted that exactly. It's never spoken to you, I don't think. I think it's only conveyed feelings or emotions.
Okay. I guess in reaction to that internally, my dialogue would be, well, that's new. It's always been such an assertive presence, and to see what I can do to figure out why it's feeling that way, and maybe even just a small inkling of, maybe there's a way to turn this thing to be a good presence, and want to fight at least for some of the things that Reggie would fight for, that I would fight for.
You're thinking all those things, and then another part of you is saying that that's true, and you're feeling that you could use it that way, but Klaus stands in the way of that. Make a charisma saving throw.
All right.
And you suppress the emotion that you were feeling, but again, something was making you feel like you needed to kill Klaus in order to keep the ring.
Oh, it's one of those. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. We should go talk to the mayor.
So, you begin to move in that direction, making your way to High Point. For the viewers, you can see on our map here of Crux, at the very top portion of that map is the trunk of the World Tree, and inside there is kind of a fort that the people of Crux built as a defensive kind of structure that they would be able to hole up in if they were ever attacked from outside. But unfortunately, the attacks are coming from within the fort, so not so great in this circumstance. You head inside, and you go up some stairs in the grand hallway that leads you up to the dining hall, with a large banquet hall is just kind of a mess. The whole room is just littered with bodies of the men and women that were the guards of Crux. They've been taking turns with Veritas to guard this painting upon the wall, which serves as a portal to, as Veritas put it, I think he told you their story. All of the people of Crux are ancestors of people from that plane where that portal leads. It's a material plane, not unlike yours, but something terrible happened there, and they had to flee. And so Veritas, it would seem, I don't know if it's really come out yet exactly, but you get the sense that even though he only looks like maybe a middle-aged man, he's probably from that timeline. And so he's maybe very ancient in truth. So when you return to the dining hall, you can see this human man, Veritas, is asleep. He's sitting in one of the chairs at the banquet table. He's been up for several days straight, and you can see that he's now given into the exhaustion and exasperation. He's snoring loudly. His cat is laying upon the table, kind of nestled pretty close to him, and the cat kind of looks up at you with a, I don't know, distrustful look as you walk in. That look that a cat would give you if you just entered the room, and pretends not to care. So he's snoring away.
I think we should wake him up, right?
Yep.
Because there's things that might come through there.
Yep.
I'll climb up and give him a shake or something.
He wakes up and he looks at you all and looks at Klaus and says, "So it worked. Marlis was able to bring you back, to speak with the tree, it would seem."
Yeah.
And what did the
Definitely
tree
did.
tell you?
It told me that this infection sounds a lot more serious than I think we even thought. And the consequences are much more serious.
Well,
The tree didn't tell me how to end this, but that we need to.
well, my suggestion is that our enemy, or at least the allies of our enemies, lie beyond this portal. For whatever reason, they took Kestad. Who knows exactly what his role in all of this is, but perhaps on the other side of this portal you'll find answers. And at the very least, maybe you can find a way to end this onslaught of these spirits coming in. You have to be careful, though. On the other side of this portal is a world that sold its very soul. It is a dead world, and it is a reflection of the curse of my people and the betrayal that our kind long ago took to worshiping a very vile entity.
Was it Tenebras?
Could be. It was a long time ago. Not many history books survived, and all I know... And again, make an insight check.
Okay. $21.
Yeah, you can tell he's trying to weave together some explanation, but he looks kind of confuddled himself, like he's trying to recall information maybe that isn't available to him anymore.
So he
just stumbles through saying, "Yeah, maybe Tenebras, you know, we don't have a lot of books about it."
Either he had his mind wiped or he drank away those memories. So, but I believe him. I don't think he's being shady or coy about it or anything.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to recall, and he's just embarrassed that he doesn't know something so profound. You know, you wouldn't forget that. You wouldn't forget that. So
It's okay. We'll go through portal. We'll find answers for you. Right?
he produces the rook, the chess piece that served as the portal key. the gate key. He says, keep this just in case. The portal's currently open, but better that you have it in case this closes.
All right. You guys want me to carry this, or you want to carry? I'll carry. Okay.
Yeah, this is something, you know, Azad, you're quite comfortable or familiar with how to use portal keys.
Any other insights on what we can expect when we go in there, or anything that we should prepare for? I mean, we're all pretty well rested. Do we just jump right in, or do you feel like we need to be ready for something?
You have to be ready. Undead walk that world. Just try to look for any sign of activity where Kestad may be held. You know, I don't know. I haven't walked through that portal in quite some time, many years. Try to be quiet as you move through the streets.
I can help us with
If you
that.
attract their attention, who knows how many there are? They might swarm you.
Before we go through, I want to just mention a theory, or I don't know, not even a theory, but maybe something Alex could say yes or no to. But I'd say to Reggie, you know, the child in me feels the same way about the ring, but a part of me wonders if maybe the ring could be used one last time for good to stop this infection by completely using all of its power to temporarily freeze the veins of the streets so the disease is stopped. Preserving it at the same time. But I would imagine if the court is right and there's only one way to destroy the ring, it might not be possible.
Yeah, I'd want to make sure that we're not.
Stone.
Yeah, I'd want to make sure that we're not killing the tree, right? I mean, freezing it. Yeah, it works for Walt Disney.
Reggie,
What? Which one is that?
No, I mean his head's frozen, right? They froze his head and his body
yeah.
under the park. Blah, blah, blah.
what you're proposing, Klaus, would probably be possible in another's hands. Reggie is able to access the ring to a limited degree and able to produce the effects that you've seen him use. But the world tree is humongous and its roots very deep. In the right hands, it could do that. But Reggie is basically like an untrained user of the ring.
So I need to spend more time with it to learn how to do that, and then we can. You know?
Ring of Winter Training Center.
Yeah,
Dot-
like
.com.
yeah, like Taekwondo. You know, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays,
Yeah.
3:30 to 4:30. Bring your orange slices.
Then you become evil as you use it more and more.
No, that's just because you're stereotyping all the users of the ring and saying, "Oh, all these evil people are evil because of the ring." No, they were evil beforehand. I follow Torm. I support life. I support unity and the greater good, and I am continuing to do that even with the ring. And I'll show you that.
Is that the ring talking?
No, this is Reggie. This is the guy you've always known. I mean, you for less, but you know the rest or at least Klaus, we've been together for a long time. It's the same Reggie that you've known, and
Well, I'd like to point out, if you'd like to continue to be around other people you're close with, just remember Artist Simber and life he had to live alone and on the run.
sometimes there's a need for some self-sacrifice, and I am happy to shoulder that burden.
Klaus is referring to something the World Tree told him. It seemed like the World Tree knew something about artists. You might have Klaus and Reggie and the others from Chult, when they met Artis, he seemed pretty much in control of that ring. Klaus realized not so much. That's why him and Dragonbait were out in the jungle. It wasn't so much to keep it away from people. That was part of it, but Artis knew that even his control over the ring was limited, and that in a major urban area, he might have been prone to doing some heinous things.
Artist Simber was a great man and did many great things for us, but he did not have the spiritual backing of the great and powerful Torm. And no one that held the Ring of Winter before Reggie had that. I think that is very important in creating a balance. Oh, Winston.
Klaus would just...
Winston's loving this
nod his
story.
head.
They're my friends, Winston. I can't do that.
Every time you say something about Torm, I picture the little green peep, like toys in Toy Story, where they're like, "Hail to thee!"
Oh,
I think that's what that's
the claw?
The claw!
The claw, hey! Well,
So-
what's our move?
Well, we go
Gonna
through,
go
the,
through the
portal,
portal?
and we
Yeah.
track Castad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, the four of you, Azad, you have the key. You feel confident that you can move through this space, and as you do, Azad takes maybe the first step, and you see him disappear through the portrait, almost like he was a phantom himself that just passed right through the wall or something. But I'm assuming you all make your way through, and all around you, you emerge through this portal onto kind of inside I'm sharing an image with you now, and this is a rather large image, so I'm just kind of representing the party by the little 20 sides die there off to the left on that map. But yeah, you're emerging into this crumbling building, and the roof has been caved in on itself long ago. They're kind of like these stucco buildings, and the terrain around you is just desert, and it's hot and sweltering. There's fallen columns that lie alongside these buildings, jumbles of rock and rubble. And you can see these big gouges that mark craters where great cathedrals and government buildings once stood. But this is no living city. This is a skeleton of the city that it once was. The few buildings that do stand around are kind of exist as mere silent giant tombs.
Looks
It's
like there was
quiet.
like a 30-day government shutdown or something.
Yeah, maybe a year.
Yeah, okay.
This is what happens after one
Look
year.
what happens on day 35. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, the parks are closed.
Yes. Um, and it's quite uncomfortable from the temperate kind of climate that you were coming from. You know, the World Tree was just like the perfect room temperature feel consistently, and now you're blasted into the sweltering heat. Well, I'm sorry. It's actually frigidly cold here. It's a desert, but it's not. It's not a dry heat. It's a quite cold and
Like Colorado.
clammy. Yeah, Colorado and
Like Mongolia.
Arizona combined or something.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of see your breath as you exhale, just kind of clings to the frigid air. And
Should we go back and get some clothes? Do I feel like we would need to find, like better winter clothing, or will we be okay?
it's not so cold that you're gonna get frostbite or something. It's just more like, I don't know. Yeah, you might feel like if you were out here for far too long, not moving around, you might get hypothermia or something, I guess. But
Okay.
it's just more
Not like
uncomfortable.
dangerously. Not
Yeah.
dangerous. Okay.
I feel like Klaus might like go barefoot here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a Frostaladrin. What does he care?
I'm starting to put the parts of my costume back on, my gloves and boots and stuff.
So, amidst all this dreariness, at least you've got the humorous cheery image of Dino to lighten your hearts.
So, I'd like to sort of try to get my bearings about me in general. So one of my favorite terrains is desert. And you did utter the word desert, so is...
I consider this desert, yeah.
Okay. So I guess I should be okay for navigating, is all I'm really saying, is if we have an idea of what we're trying to do.
Which would give
do we
me
wanna
a
try to-
perception check.
Okay. Is it about the land? Because then I would get advantage due to it being my favorite terrain.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay. 18.
Okay. It's quite dark, and not in the sense that it's like nighttime, but in the sense that there's just kind of like a dark hanging aura all about. It's quite unnatural, not a phenomenon that you've seen very often, I guess, as a planeswalker. Maybe you've seen this somewhere, but what you're on the horizon, even amidst all this darkness and dreariness, you can kind of see, the outlines, I guess, of crumbling buildings, but there's something to the east. Well, we'll just use this cardinal direction to the east. On the map, a hulking shadow, still, but it's like there's some building or something that you could just kind of get the silhouette of.
Okay. Fellas, I'm sensing that there's something significant over there that doesn't seem to be dilapidated, at least as much as the stuff over here. It's very shadowy, though. If you would allow me just one more minute to get my bearings,
Of course.
I would like to use my primeval awareness so I can sense the presence of aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead within 6 miles of me.
Do you get numbers?
No. There is
This is
no
where
numbers.
you lie and say yes.
No, but if I start tracking them, due to the fact that I'm in my natural terrain, I would get, but I'd have to do a successful survival check to track them.
You're feeling an overwhelming presence of undead.
All right, so it's going to be very dangerous, and there's a lot of undead. So the mayor wasn't lying when he said, "Watch out for undead."
Azad, can I have a moment in private?
Sure. Yeah, let's go over here. There's a
Okay.
burnt-out outhouse right here. We'll go in there.
Azad, I know that you're getting a lay for the land, and you're realizing that there's undead here. Do you think it's possible that our dear friend Klaus is triggering the sense of undead?
Oh, that's a good call.
I mean, he's come back. He's acting a little more forward than he ever had.
He has been very upfront with you.
Yeah, he's always
some
been
of that-
very trusting.
Yeah, some of that tree stuff, I mean, if I had seen the light, I might be making some shit up too, I don't know.
We see it all the time in the church, right? Someone comes in, they get saved, and then all of a sudden they know everything.
Yeah.
And I still love Klaus dearly, and I can tell it's still him with his signature laugh that it's clearly Klaus. But I just want to make sure that he's not sending any false positives into your undead tracking.
Well, let me go. I'll take a look at him, and I should be able to tell.
Great.
I'll try to be discreet about it.
So then, okay, great. So as we're walking back, I'll be like, so you don't think it's cancer? Okay, good, thanks. Kind of like adjust. Sure.
Yes,
Awesome. Good deal.
Dr.
Okay.
Azov.
Yep.
To the rescue.
Yeah.
Hey, Azon,
Yeah?
I'd like to give you a bardic inspiration die just for when you need it.
But, okay. Oh, yeah, in case.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take that. What's that, a D8 or a D10?
Right now it's up to a D12 now.
Oh, a D12. This is going to be
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
I would love to start scouring this area for signs of undead that may have been through here, like footprints and things like that. Keeping a close eye on Klaus and his mannerisms while I do it.
Okay.
Can I make a roll to sense, like ear ringing type thing, like they're talking about me?
Okay, Klaus, you can make an insight check, and Azad make a survival check.
Which one?
Survival. You're looking for tracks and presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
I am going to add his bardic inspiration to this. I don't know how to do that.
Okay. You'll add a 4 to that.
Or he said his.
D12, right?
Okay. Yep. I'll add a 4 to whatever I roll here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 19.
19. Yeah, you
I-
see. I'll resolve Azad's thing
okay.
first. You see, like, all sorts of footprints in the sand, like kind of like the shuffling, kind of, something that didn't pick up its feet, and it's all around.
Okay.
There's no
And
rhyme or reason to it.
So they aren't like, it's not like a horde of zombies migrating to one direction or anything. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So still an overwhelming number of zombies. But are any of the footprints that seem like they're undead footprints belonging to Klaus? I mean,
no.
All right.
no.
So Klaus is not undead as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and you're watching him. There's nothing about his behavior that would be indicating that, there's no foul smell, there's no what have you. He seems corporal,
He's not mumbling brains under his breath or anything like
none
that.
of the telltale signs. So
All right.
Either
Okay.
he's a really shifty undead or he's actually
All right.
living.
I'm gonna look over to Reggie sort of almost unobviously and be like,
Inconclusive.
inconclusive.
I'll tug on my ear.
Wait, was the cap thing to brush it off? I don't remember.
And Klaus, insight check.
I just grabbed the.
If you go into your character sheet,
I have that open. I just don't know which.
The second
+6.
Yeah, the second tab is skills, and then you can just double click on the little square that has the little die in the lower left-hand corner of the box. I think it's a double click on it. With a 10, I think you're suspicious, but it's like you feel it's possible that they're talking about you, but you really don't know, and so it would just be weird if you brought it up and then it wasn't true. So,
I'll just say he's something's different about you, boys. What is going on with?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Think like we do.
I've been hanging out with human too long. Very little. I've adapted accent, but I'm still me. Yeah, I talk.
Yeah.
I can go back to like this if you like, huh?
I do.
Okay.
It soothes me.
All right. You don't want me adapting to talk like you guys. All right. Pretty good.
We want you to be comfortable in your own skin, Aza.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. So
yeah.
Conclusion: undead all over the place. Big shadowy thing over there. Yeah, we go that way then. I think but we're all ready. Yeah, I think maybe I cast Pest Without Trace on us, so we can be stealthy.
You're the planeswalker.
Yeah, he suggested be stealthy, so I'll do that.
all right. So you end up casting Pass Without Trace, and you make your way towards that shadow, and it takes you to I guess what you suspect was at one time like the center of town. Big circular kind of boulevard here. You could still see some like rather large crumbling buildings. It looks like this was like the maybe where the government was, or the city hall or something like that. Maybe another building. It looks like could have been a library or something. But it's all relatively unrecognizable just with how weathered and destroyed it is. But there's one thing that isn't. And it's this gigantic statue that looms on the east side of the circle there. This like winged demon wearing a horned helm. It's got this corpulent body, and kind of looks like this, but it's a statue. It's made out of kind of a like really dark marble, and as you're gazing upon it, you can kind of feel Gizmo stirring a bit in your bag, Azad.
Oh, Gizmo, how you do? I'll reach back and kind of take him out.
He crawls away from you, and he starts to climb up that statue.
Gizmo acting strange, yeah?
I guess for folks out there that are watching us, Gizmo is a Modron. Gizmo is a Modron that they picked up a number of sessions ago, and it kind of had some odd behavior. The group took it in and gave it a name, but unable to communicate with it, they don't really know what its purpose is. Now Gizmo seems to be acting kind of odd in the presence of the statue as it climbs up and starts crawling along the arm of the statue. It goes over to, you can see that there's like this scepter or something in the statue's hand. You know, it's a part of the statue. It's got, seems like it's composed of bone, and it's got like a skull on the end of it, and Gizmo's just kind of like trying to pull at it with no success.
This statue is in surprisingly good shape compared to the rest of the town. Why is Gizmo pawing at that scepter? Let's go look at it.
Yeah, is there a way to get closer to that statue?
Yeah, you move closer to it, and the statue is humongous. It's probably 30 feet tall. And so it's kind of comical to see Gizmo trying to, even if this scepter was a movable object, not part of the statue, seems unlikely that Gizmo would have the strength to be able to pull an object out of its hand, but nonetheless, it's not a separate object. It's just molded right into the craft of the statue.
Someone was able to talk to those creatures. Was that Klaus?
I don't think Klaus actually had tongues. I think he's just had a moment of like extreme lucidity or something like that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Very. Had it back on the 3 when we talked to squirrel people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Suddenly, who? Does someone in here have like a high passive perception?
A what?
High passive perception.
Mine
like 15 or higher? 20? Okay.
I have 21.
Okay, the two of you notice then that you're being watched by some spectral figures that, I don't know, dozens that have encircled the area here. And they all have kind of these looks upon their faces, male, female. They all kind of have a similar dress as Veritas, kind of billowy clothing. And they're all staring at you with angry expressions on their faces.
Uh-oh.
You feel surrounded.
Gizmo, come back here. Please stop playing with Scepter.
And it just like keeps furiously like it starts like trying to hammer away, like pounding on the statue.
Is that making the people more mad?
They look relatively frozen, just kind of perpetually angry. You don't see them like really react to that. But one of them steps forward, a female. You can just see like long, wispy hair. It almost seems like in her chest, it's just red glowing and kind of like a pulsing aura. And she looks out at all of you and she says, "Who do you serve and why have you come to Renias?"
You're up, Reggie. Huh?
Well,
Reggie.
hi, I'm Reggie. We are simply here to help everybody get to where they need to go, right? We are simply looking for a means to peace, and we are just here to help. What's your name?
Peace for whom?
I think the very nature of peace means that it's peace for everyone, right? Yeah, peace for everyone.
You have come to view him? And they all of them, like in unison, point at the statue. Are you friends or enemies of the Winged One?
Guys, are we friends or enemies? Well, are you friends or
I'm-
enemies with the winged one?
Hmm?
Nothing. They look at you, and some of them you can see are moving their hands towards the hilts of spectral swords or pulling axes from their backs.
I think just be
I-
honest. Huh?
I have not met the winged one before.
Oh, option 3. Good. Yes.
We know not of the winged one.
Why have you come here? You are not dead.
Correct.
Fleshy.
Huh? We're here to find a way to stop Tenebras.
You can see they all, like, their eyes get big, and this woman says, Tenebras! Tenebras!
Yeah, did I mispronounce it?
His name! This is a fool's label for the one that we will never forget. Orcus!
What? Orcus? This one? Here?
This is Tenebras?
And they all point at the statue. His name is Orcus! He maybe had his name wiped from the multiverse by his enemies, but we will not forget what he did here. What we allowed him to do here.
What did he do?
Years ago, we let him into our world. We worshipped him. We are the love lost. And when this world died, we were forced to live on. Without home, without family, without love. We worshipped him and his promise of power, of undeath. But we did not die. We lived on and on. Cursed.
So we're here to stop Orcus then. That is our goal. We're in it with you.
Stopped he was once. We have heard the chant. Once he was entered into the dead book, which gave us joyless satisfaction. But now, even that has been taken from us. For he lives again. And soon, if he finds what he is looking for, he will return as he once was. His servants, they roam not only this world, but countless others. And then they all point at Gizmo. And he's duped others into doing his work, seeking the knowledge that he has lost.
What would give you peace? What would you have us do?
You must prevent him from finding what he lost. We can help you.
Okay.
And then Gizmo kind of stops for a moment. Gizmo's just been like hammering away at this thing. And they say, your little Modron seems incapable of recognizing that that is not his wand. He does not yet know where it is. You must not allow him to find it.
Okay. That makes sense, but how would we know where it is? Or do we have to find him and kill him before he find it?
You must prevent him from finding those who know. Like that fiend.
Custard?
The
So
one with
Gizmo's-
the fanged teeth.
Custard. Yes? Was that his name? Custard?
Yeah, he was a vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Have you seen the vampire come through here?
Yes. And then
Which
they all start to kind of like start to form ranks. 2 by 2, they start moving to the northeast. And they lead you to right here before this structure that looms and rises from the ruins. It is intact and relatively pristine compared to the other buildings that you have seen. Its walls are painted black, and they seem to be strewn with bone-white inscriptions that are written in languages foreign to you. And there's kind of this horrible, somber music that's pulsing out of the building. And you can almost hear like discordant chants emanating from it. And the ghostly spirit looks at you all and says, "To pass into his realm, the portal key is to extinguish a light before this building's doors."
So you got to do something with that chess piece, Azad?
Well, I think she's saying key is to extinguish light before this door. Does anyone have light source? Huh? Dino, maybe? I see it says light right here 3 times in a row in the chat.
Yes, I have a cantrip light spell.
What if you cast that spell, move up there, and then douse it? Yeah? Wait, is this the portal you're talking about right here, Madam Wraith?
They all just kind of point at the building, and then they start to kind of like dematerialize.
Oh, okay. So let's try to get in building first, huh?
Wait, don't go! We need your help!
Yeah, you fight with us, huh? Lady? No.
She's-
She's gone.
Nothing. Gone.
Okay.
Damn it!
Alright, well, you two. You want to go in here?
Yeah.
Klaus, you want to go in here? Dino? Can you put that light back on so I can see? Please? Hey, alright.
Hey!
Did you save against light? Yeah. That's good.
Oh.
You dodged the light.
Alright, light is on. Okay, I can see now. Let's go in.
All right. So, what has the light spell been cast on? Something that you've got, AZ? Or
You want to cast it just on, like, your... You have a shield? Or you can cast
do.
it on my bow if you would like.
There you go.
I have a shield.
Okay, he cast it on his shield.
okay, you cast light on your shield. It illuminates, and even in this dark plane, this dead plane, which, by the way, maybe Klaus and Reggie, you kind of get this vision a little bit as you approach this building. Almost like you feel or see the jungles of Chult kind of transposed over all of this. You can almost see how your world would have been this world if you hadn't stopped the Soulmonger.
Scary, spooky stuff.
Give me, the two of you give me intelligence saving throws as you're having that phenomenon.
Who?
Reggie and Klaus.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I found.
Okay. Reggie, you just start seeing... Oh, the rest of you see, like, Reggie start to move kind of mechanically forward towards that building.
Reggie?
Suddenly, Reggie, you're looking at that building, and it almost looks like a... some kind of a Cholton building, like an Omuan ziggurat or something. You see kind of black-robed folk walking about. These darkly clad people, and two of them stop, and they look at you, and they're kind of like beckoning you to like come forward.
Oh yeah, I'll walk up to him. How'd you guys get here?
Come, he's been expecting you.
Who?
You know, the one who built this place.
Potato?
Come.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing? As you see, Reggie's like moving forward.
Is he not responding if we call out to him?
He
I
seems
call
to be
out to him.
talking to himself,
What the?
asking questions.
Klaus, is this a thing with the ring? Did the three tell you this would happen?
Something don't smell right.
Okay, so three not tell you anything useful. Okay.
That's actually what I...
Let's go follow him. Yeah.
So he's moving towards an archway that's like on the outer wall of this big building. There's like an outer wall that surrounds it, and there's an archway that would lead into like a courtyard or something. And Reggie, from your perspective, at the base of the ziggurat that you're looking at, again, Reggie's the only one that can see that. You can see there are two large double doors that two of the cloaked figures open, and there's like a stone ram's head that is situated right above the doors as some kind of a nasty, grotesque decoration piece. And they open the doors and they say they're kind of waving you through.
Okay.
We're not aware of these people.
You can't,
or what he's looking at.
You don't see what he's seeing. He's just kind of moving oddly and talking to himself. And
is the ram's head reminiscent of one of the 9 trickster gods?
no, it looks kind of like the skull that statue was wearing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey Reggie, maybe we should just wait like, I don't know, a little bit here before we go on.
All right. Can I cast detect thoughts on him?
Yes.
Through my Githzerai psionics?
Yes. His surface level thoughts are, do I go in or don't I go?
All right.
Contemplating a choice.
I'll probe deeper, because that doesn't seem really to help me figure out what's going on in his head.
When you probe deeper, you see that landscape that I described to him, the ziggurat, these robed figures.
Hey, Klaus, it looks like he thinks he's in Cholt. We must stay with him and keep him safe in case he may be having vision that's leading him to disaster, yeah?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, I'll
Is-
just keep following close behind him then.
why don't you give me an Arcana check?
Bet that'll work. $14.
Okay. Yeah, you feel that there's a presence of like heavy, maybe illusion magic or something here.
Okay. Like in his mind or just in general in this place?
Yeah, it must be. There's something affecting him. You know that from your Detect Thoughts spell. And it's not meshing with what you're seeing. And so you probably don't know. Either you're in the illusion or he's in the illusion, but it seems odd that...
Oh. Okay, so like maybe someone cast illusion and he's seeing it, but we're not.
Could be. Whatever he's seeing is vividly different than what you're seeing.
I want to cast counter spell on Reggie.
Okay.
Or-
Do you have Dispel Magic?
I had it when I had Mugambi or Mishambi or whatever. I believe that was part of the.
Let's see. Okay. I'll let counter.
Otherwise, that's all I have to.
I'm gonna let counter spell work here, I guess. Reggie, momentarily, like that whole vision kind of like disappears, and you're like 10 feet in front of this archway in the door.
Reggie,
What's
are
this
you back
map?
with us?
Where did I go somewhere? Why is this all so different? There were Choltian people here.
No,
Yeah.
there weren't.
Tom, just so you know what you can do to like track your spells.
Check 'em off.
Yeah, on the actions tab, where it says spell slots. There you go. Yep. All right. So yeah, Reggie, you become lucid for like a brief moment. But then the power of this magic is trying to take a hold of you again. Make another intelligence saving throw. Okay. You save it up. You save. And you can see it like kind of glimmer back like for a moment. And you can see those like figures like almost like reaching out to like grab you. Like they're trying to pull you forward through that that archway. But then like they all disappear. The illusion fades.
That was really weird. So, did you guys see all that? They were beckoning me through this way, and there was a weird ram skull. And
the ziggurat, yeah?
yeah. Wait, how do you know?
I saw that in your mind.
Oh.
I was trying to find out why
Yeah.
you were acting so funny. You went all, ooh, please.
I don't. It was weird. I was just so focused on. Something's weird here.
Yes,
I
we
don't-
must be careful.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Orcus remnants or what, but. Whew, okay, all right. What do we do?
Everybody stay close to Reggie. Everyone stays together, and we'll go in here more. We'll. I think probably my pass without trace spell is over, huh? I think it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because we walked kind of a long way, and so let's just try to be quiet and go in here and see if we can find a portal, huh?
I would like to. I would like to take a minute and cast my spell for bringing a celestial.
Celestial. Okay.
Yeah,
We can take a minute. Yeah.
conjure celestial.
All right. You can do that. You cast your celestial, and what is it that comes forward?
I forgot what the thing was.
I don't remember what it was either.
Coatl? It was a coatl.
Yes, it
COA.
was.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
I
so
have
this,
COA or QOA? I forget. I think it was COA.
C and yeah.
COUATL.
Yeah. And that's in the regular monster manual somewhere, I think.
Okay, so this like kind of angelic bird-like creature heeds your call through your magic and is summoned to this spot. And you're standing in front of this like 10-foot tall wall, and there's an archway in the wall that leads into a kind of a space around a large building. You can still kind of hear echoey sounds, music, chanting from within.
Do we just keep going?
Why not? Huh? We're here to slay a vampire, right? Or to question a vampire.
Question of Empire. Yeah, we don't know if maybe he's a good dude.
All right. You try to move forward, and the coatl blocks, like kind of like races to get in front of you and blocks you from going through. Does this coatl speak?
So the coatl has all languages and is telepathic up to 120 feet.
Okay. It says
It's also extremely intelligent.
if using its telepathy, it speaks to all of you and says, "Do not go through without activating the portal."
So do we activate portal by extinguishing light, like the Wraith told us? I might send that.
Coatl says, "Yes, yes. If you do not activate the portal, you will be walking to your death."
Okay. Dino, you want to try that light trick again? Otherwise, I'd look around to see if there's any other lights around here.
I'll pull out my Holy Avenger longsword because that has fair amount of light in a 10-foot radius, and then I will sheath it to extinguish it.
Okay.
So if that does anything?
You do that, and you can kind of see like a ripple, almost like the space in between that archway has some kind of effect. Almost like looking through like a gigantic soap bubble or something.
How's that look, Coatl?
And it seems more at ease, and it says, "It seems that has done it. You've activated the portal."
What is your name, Coatl?
Francesca.
Yeah.
Hello, Francesca.
Hello.
All right. Well, are we going through this portal then?
Are you the same one that was with us during that fight for a little bit, or are you different?
That was my less capable cousin,
Oh, okay.
Francesca too.
Uh-huh.
Now, is that 2 like the numeral or 2 like TOO also?
Like the numeral.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of us.
I am glad we got number one here, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is the portal the way we want to go? Probably, right?
I think so. I'm always a fan of portals. You can get there from portals.
Klaus will test it out.
Okay,
Oh,
bye,
alright.
Klaus.
Klaus steps through the film and disappears.
I follow.
He didn't scream.
All right. that you know of.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you after you, Francesca? I'll be right behind you.
Okay. She steps through.
And I step through as well.
1 second. Okay. Now I gotta find a quaddle to throw on here.
And the Coatl has True Sight, just in case there's some illusions going on around here.
No, we're past the illusion part.
This thing is pretty BA for a challenge rating 4 creature, I'm telling you.
So you all step through this portal and you find yourselves floating. No gravity.
Oh, I hate when I get in 0G.
This is going to be tough for me to maybe accurately depict for you all. For the audience here, there's a secondary map that I'm throwing up so you can get a better sense of it. It's okay, I think, for the players to be a little disoriented. So you're all floating in this spherical chamber. You get the sense that you're in a sphere. And you came in with the Lightbringer sword, and I don't know, Dino cast light on his shield. And you get this sense while you're floating in here that those things, something's like absorbing the light off of them. So there's somewhat of a glow to the sword, a little bit more of a glow maybe to the shield, but it's got about half of its light that it normally would have.
How, does that affect our dark vision at all, or like I have dark vision?
Your dark
Can I
vision is
see
fine.
this well?
Yeah, you can see, but the light is dulled.
Right.
You're floating. There's no gravity. You have no sense of up or down, and your breath is still visible from the frigid, cold, still air, and it is like deathly silent, almost like that experience as a kid when you're like stuck in a closet or hiding and you can't hear anything. It's just almost like you've gone deaf.
This is strange. Feels very weird. Can you hear me?
There's sound. When you
Okay.
when you speak, you can hear each other, but it's like super clear
It's so loud in
and
here.
crisp.
Where are we?
I am not really certain I've ever been in a place like this before. I've been to other 0G places, but never in sphere like this, in dark, sucking out the light.
The Quaddle will polymorph into a very beautiful, the visage of a very beautiful human woman. And she starts to speak to you all, and she says, "We are in the negative energy plane."
Oh boy. So are we like real close to a black hole?
This place is ancient.
Black holes pull back and put.
How did we get... Well, okay. Maybe that's not the right question.
We're in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory bubble room.
Yes. Is this plane dangerous?
She says, very much so. Your healing, your spells, the positivity that you draw upon from your deities or from the planes in the form of your arcane magics, that will not work so well here. And anything, your connection with your god to, she looks plainly at Reggie. If you have the ability to turn the undead, it will not work here. This is the plane of undeath, of negativity, of dark energy.
What about things like this magical bow?
It should be fine.
Okay. How about other pieces of our innate abilities?
Most of your abilities, other than those that I just described, should be fine, but we must hurry.
Okay.
You are not built to be here long.
Yes. Let's go. Which way?
And you can almost already feel it.
Yes,
if you look at your hands, you can kind of see them cracking. The skin is starting to get real dry. It's like super, like the coldest, driest air that you've ever been around, and you can just kind of feel like your pulse kind of speeding up a little bit.
All right, so
my skin is starting to look scaly like my costume.
I see.
How do we move through here?
You can kind of swim.
All right, let's go. So, which way, based on the map I see here, there's north, south, east, west passages, but are those actual north, south, east, west, or are they like up north? And are there, if we're in 3 dimensions, is there like anything on the...
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. You look, your eyes are able to cut through this darkness, and yes, you can see what almost appear to be 10-foot wide holes to your left, to your right, straight ahead, behind you, and even above and below you. 6 options you have.
Let's go to the nadir. That's down.
So this way? Or
like
down, literal down?
Literal down.
So like in the center here, going down.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. You have 4 options in this room, just like you see them there. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then we'll go...
This place is so confusing, I confused myself. All right.
Pretty soon there's going to be all the staircases on all the walls.
It's kind of that way.
Let's go. We'll do the south one then. Okay, we'll go south where you originally were kind of sending up.
Very good. Let's see. Maybe I... Oh, here we go. Okay. So, I believe it has been revealed a bit. Who goes first?
You just stepped away, but I would imagine Azad would probably go first.
So you all will see Azad head this way, and as soon as he steps through that that circular portal in the sphere, you see him kind of like get sucked into it, and you can see like this tunnel, but it's almost like he's being like propelled of his own, not of his own free will. Like some kind of force, some kind of gravitational force is pulling him through this cylindrical tube that's made of stone.
Like a space elevator.
Yeah.
Ooh, vacuum tube. Yeah.
So
Azad, everyone decided you were probably the first one to go through that circular portal. And basically there's a cylindrical tunnel of stone that you go through. And it's almost like you're being torpedoed through it. Like there's some kind of gravitational force or something that's pulling you right through it at a pretty quick clip. What do the rest of you do?
I'm going after him, swinging my tail back and forth.
Okay.
Swimming down toward it.
So you also ziff in there.
I yell at Francisco to come along with us.
And she says it's Francesca, but Francisco's fine.
Okay. It's
Okay.
too long a name. Gotta get a short one like Dino.
Why don't all of you roll me... I'm assuming you're all going through then? Is anyone not going through? Hearing none.
No
I'm
takers
going.
on staying behind.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Everyone roll me a d4. Okay. Klaus, it's a little odd, but essentially, at some point you go into this tube and you get pulled faster somehow than the others. And you get launched through this strange corridor and you are pulled down. Let's see, I gotta grab your token here. Yeah, you get pulled to just there. And this unknown sorcery brings you into this another spherical chamber that's identical to the other one. But this one does have left, right, straight ahead, behind you, up, down. So you got 6 portals that you could essentially go through. But there's something different about this room. There's like a rotting odor. And as you're thrust into the spherical chamber, you actually kind of probably get propelled right out into the center of it. And you can hear these shrieking, growling, moaning voices all around you. Hissing, rasping. And out of the darkness you see these corpse-like monstrosities, ghouls, swim out. And we are in initiative, which I will roll. And I gotta drop. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to pre-do this, so give me 1 second.
Please stand. Some like elevator music.
Yeah, I have some eerie music going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. Check my math, but in the end we should have 10 of these out here.
Am I floating?
You are floating. You're like dead center in the chamber. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like we did all right. Klaus, you are up as you are gazing out. You have dark vision, so you can plainly see these nasty corpses with their gnashing teeth and long claw-like fingernails. They're swimming. They're coming towards you. You're the bait, the live meat in the center of the room that they are longing to devour.
I want to try to cast Fly to quickly move back through the one that I just came out of. Corridor.
Okay.
If that would help my chances of moving instead of swimming.
You cast Fly, and you're trying to go back towards
the top, or the... to the north.
All right, you do that, and it seems to work, and you get back to the tunnel, and you get sucked into it. You're going back the way you came, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping to start over again and try to go through that portal again.
All right, roll me a d4. This d4 represents how many rounds it takes you to get through the tube.
That was a 4. It landed on the leather part of the table.
You got a 4?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to take you... You're being propelled to through this something. Now some force has a hold of you. You flew, so you're able to like shoot back into the portal. And as soon as you get in there, it's like some kind of force is dragging you or pulling you. So it's going to take you 4 rounds to get back to the original room.
Okay.
So the ghasts are just kind of meandering about. Kind of forming up a little bit. And who rolled a 2?
I did.
Azod and Dino.
I did as well.
Okay. Initiative is going to, in some ways, favor you then, probably. As Azod, you get pushed, just like Klaus did, and you get shot into the middle of this room. And you see all these ghasts that were looking at the tunnel, and then you come shooting into the middle of it, and their gaze all looks at you now.
Okay. Well, so my Horizon Walker abilities should still work in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do is do my whole 3 shots and teleport thing. Like I can teleport 10 feet when I shoot my bow.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot at ghast number 10, shoot at ghast number 9, and shoot at ghast... Well, I guess I can just do...
Yeah.
I can do all that on my own, can't I? With it. So shooting at that guy.
All right. Arrow goes flying through the gravity-less room.
Okay,
Hits
and
it.
then I'm going to do the bonus action of this. And... Oops, it didn't add my damage stuff. That's okay, I'll do it to a different guy. So that's 8 magical damage.
All right.
Sorry, I forgot to drop that on the guy. Then I will attack this guy. The 14 misses. It sounds like.
Yeah,
and
there's a
then I was
nat
gonna-
1 in there, that's why.
Okay. Okay, well... And then I did a teleport, and then I will teleport this way one more time, and I will shoot at this one. What the hell? Can I put my extra damage onto that one guy like I intended to initially?
Sure, just roll the dice and I'll...
Alright, it'll be 2 more d8, so... 8 more force damage. For whatever reason, the effect didn't work when I tried.
Which one was this?
This is Planar Warrior. It's...
Oh,
it
I mean,
does 2d8.
which ghast?
Oh, it would have been gas number 9. Was the first one I hit.
Number 9, okay. For some reason,
But
it's not wounded, so 18
Right,
damage, right? Or 16. It should have
16 total, because I forgot to drag the damage onto him.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So I had
yeah, arrows sticking out of them. You teleport to the back of the sphere, and so you can see one of the circular exits out of this room.
Okay.
Pretty close to you. Dino, you get shot into the middle of the room. And then it's your turn.
Am I alone, or did my Celestial get here at the same time I did? He's not here yet?
Your Celestial is not here as you
She'll
start your
have her
turn.
own initiative. So
Okay. Okay, am I within sword range of those?
You'd have to move. You have to swim through the gravity towards one of them. You see where you're at there in the middle of the chamber?
Yes.
Okay.
How would I? How do I go about casting like chain lightning here?
Okay. Who's your primary target?
Guest. I'll say guest 3.
Guest 3. And 3 targets off of that one?
Yes.
So 1, 7, and 4?
Yes.
Okay. Go to your actions tab and go to your level, what is it? Level 6 spell?
Yes.
Okay. That magnifying glass by Chain Lightning, click that.
Got it.
And then you see the Dex DC 18, that little box.
Yeah.
Click and drag that, drop it on Gast 3. Okay, Gast 3 fails. So now you can click and drag the 10d8 box and drop it on Gast 3. Okay, he's still alive. So now you can just rinse and repeat. Do this to the other 3. First do the save DC and then drop the damage. If they save, it'll automatically make it half. Okay, that one fails. And Gast 1. Lightning shoots through its body and it just kind of ceases movement. And it's just a floating body in the space.
it's hilarious seeing all of those D10s just fly into the thing.
Yeah. I mean, how long would this spell take if we weren't doing it this way? All right. That one's still swimming. It's electrified and it's shocked a bit. It's still trying to move through the space. Oh, this one's going to succeed. It'll take half damage. All right.
Wow.
Too bad.
It was a 50.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Would have went down otherwise.
Yes. All right. I think that's all your targets. Any bonus actions? Anything else on your turn, Dino? Movement?
I think that's good for now.
All right. Then we move to the Coatl, who comes shooting through. Right next to you then. Almost knocking into you, Dino, but as she's propelled forward, she kind of like swims up. And she... I don't know what she does. What do you got here? She's got... she changes... She changes shape back into the Coatl form. and moves forward here to attack this one. Makes a bite attack on Gast 3 and rolls a nat 1, so she misses. Alright, Reggie, did you have a 3? You had a 4? Okay.
Yeah, I had a 4.
And Klaus, you rolled a 4 going the other way.
Yeah, I thought I was the only guy that got sent to that room. So I was trying to go back out and meet up with them.
It makes sense that you would have done that. It's all kind of wonky, the physics and the mechanics of here. So this is... I'm trying to think. This is turn 2 for you, going back the other way. Alright, so the ghasts are moving now. And... this one moves towards the Coatl. Bear's mentioning this swimming around in the gravity counts as difficult terrain, so you're at half your movement. Alright, so the ghast...
I should assume that when I used my spell.
Well, your fly spell is what allowed you to get back to that tunnel so quick.
Okay.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Okay. Ghast misses the Coatl. Ghast 2 moves towards Dino. Attacks with a claw. Misses. Ghast 3 is already by the Coatl. Makes a claw attack. It hits.
Is this a melee attack?
It is.
What did he roll?
On the attack?
Yeah.
The attack roll was a 19.
On a melee attack, I have a defensive duelist of 24.
Does this protect your Coatl, though?
Oh, I thought you were attacking me.
No, this is a Coatl.
Oh, sorry.
And
She had resisted.
actually, yes, resisted. Seems not bothered by the attack of the ghast.
Oh yeah, she's immune to that stuff, huh?
She's immune. Yep.
Right on.
BA. Challenge rating for my butt.
All right. So, ghast number 4 now. Dino, this attack is against you. 24 to hit.
I guess.
Okay. All right. You take 10 points of damage, and you're going to be making a con save here, which you succeed. Ghast number 5 swims over to you, Dino. Makes a claw attack. Misses. Ghast number 6 floats on over to you, Dino. Misses. Ghast 7. Where are you? It doesn't know any better. It makes an attack against the Coatl, which doesn't matter. Ghast 8 swims over to Azad and makes a claw attack. Misses. And Ghast 9 uses all of its movement to swim up to Dino. Azad, it's your turn.
Okay. So I can teleport before each attack. So I'm going to teleport to here. That's 10, right? And then shoot
Yeah.
this guy. Hit this and this. And I will. There we go. That actually worked. And then I will teleport again to here and shoot at this guy.
Are you going in there?
Oops. No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm. Oh. Yeah, I guess I did.
Okay. You can make your attack
Okay.
at let's say disadvantage because you're kind of getting sucked the other way.
Okay. Disadvantage. I'm attacking this guy. Hit him.
Oh boy.
Is wounded. And then I can teleport again. And once I start feeling myself get sucked, I teleport
All right.
back out.
All right.
And then I can attack a third person if I do it that way.
All right. And that's the end of your turn,
Yes.
Dino. Oh, Reggie.
Just a really quick question. While I'm being sucked through this tube for 4 turns, is it possible on one of those turns I could cast a spell on myself, or am I kind of like restrained and...
You could cast a spell on yourself, sure.
Okay, that's all I need.
Dino.
Yes, I'm going to use my rapier and attack whichever one looks most damaged near me.
That'd be number 4.
Okay, how do I attack with the rapier?
All right, open
Just
up
roll
your
by
character
one.
sheet and go to your actions tab. At the very top, you've got your rapier +1. Drag and drop the D20 that has the +10 on it on the gas you want to attack. Kind of looks like you're talking. I can't hear you, though.
Run that by me again. Drag and drop the...
You're on your actions tab. Scroll all the way
Yep.
up where your weapons are. You got a rapier +1 there. Click and drag the D20 that has the +10. You drop it on the target, and it'll roll it. Okay, you hit. Now you got to do the same thing with the damage. There you go. All right.
Now I'm going to take a bonus Misty Step and go over to the edge of the room here to get away from these guys.
Okay. Very good. Quaddle is going to...
Aggro for us, Coatl. Aggro!
Pretty much. Your Quaddle's going to tank for you here. Makes a bite attack at number 3. It will hit. Oops, not that. Here we go. Hits, and gas number 3 goes down. And the quad will move right into the center, kind of like making itself large and very noticeable. Let's see. I think this is round 4 for you, Reggie, right?
Yeah, I think this is the last round of the 2.
Okay, so you get shot into the middle of the room. What spell did you cast?
I'd like to cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay, you did so in one of the rounds there when you were in the tube, and you kind of get shot out, and you kind of propelled. I don't know. Basically, you're like above. You kind of get shot up, and you knock into one of these ghouls, and you kind of are just floating there, like above them, and so you could like angle yourself down or.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to hack at the one. So I'm gonna hack at gas 9 here. All right.
All right, heavy blow to gas 9, but it's still.
Now, is that with the super cool sword?
This is my Holy Avenger longsword.
Would that do extra damage to this thing? Or does that not apply here because of the plane of negative energy?
It should matter. Well,
An extra 2d10 of radiant damage when I hit a fiend or an undead.
so it is undead. I'm just trying to see why it didn't trigger something automatically. What is it? It's an extra. How much?
2d10 of radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why it didn't just do that, but just roll 2d10.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be enough to kill it.
Cool.
And that's attack 1.
All right. Then, can I get that one that's just below me, Gast 4? Am I close enough to turn around and hit him? Cool. All
Hit.
right. That.
Okay. Even without the extra damage, he goes down.
Just for giggles.
Nice.
All right.
So,
that
just-
is my turn, I believe.
Swimming through, hacking away, you fell 2 of them.
Awesome.
Klaus. I think next round you pop out. Yeah. So you're still like kind of just floating back the other way. You've just zigzagged with your friends, and you're like, what? Looking back and kind of hearing the sounds of battle.
Okay.
Gas 10 will move up here and make an attack at Reggie. Oops. Oh, they both missed. I don't know why I had disadvantage. Is there a reason? Oh, I know why. Because you have a permanent protection from evil and good on you now. So that one worked.
Correct.
Gas number 2 here. Let's see. Attacks the Coatl. Gas 5 attacks the Coatl. Gas 6 does the same. They're just attacking the Coatl. They can't do any damage to it, however. Gas 7 will roll up here onto Reggie. Attacks at disadvantage and misses. Number 8. Swims right here by Azad. Misses. Azad, it's your turn.
Okay, I would love to teleport to here and shoot it.
Let's see, 1 second. There's something I'm forgetting to do. When you start your turn within 5 feet of a ghast, you do a con save.
Okay. I have failed.
You fail. What does it do to you? Okay, you're poisoned until the start of your next turn.
Okay, so that would just be
You're just at
disadvantage
disadvantage. Yeah.
in general.
Yeah, on your attack rolls,
Okay,
ability
so if I
checks.
shoot at this ghast, I missed. I teleport again and shoot at this ghast.
Hit.
Wait, I need to do that at disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
I'll roll another 20 and see what it
Higher.
came up bigger. So I will add my bonus action damage.
Okay, that one's dying.
All right, and then I will teleport one more time to actually the. No, I will stay away from those folks, and then I will shoot a third arrow at this guest, which
Hit.
I forgot to do with disadvantage again.
Hit.
But higher. Oops.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Dino.
Can I move over here and attack him with the rapier? Or is that too far?
No, I don't think so. You got enough room. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You hit.
Boy, that's crappy rules.
You poked him. You poked him. Anything else?
I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Reggie.
All right. Another D12 to use on a what? Ability, saving throw, attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do any of those, I guess.
All right. The Quaddle is going to do a bite attack at Gast 6. Hits. Deals 8 points damage. And then it is Reggie's turn.
All right. I'm just gonna keep hacking away. I'm gonna go after Gast 10 here. Oof. Oh, it hit. Holy.
Yes.
Holy.
Just
mackerel.
don't roll a 1 and you're probably good here.
There we go.
Okay, and then your extra 2d10.
And the extra 2d10.
Okay. He's still up.
Okay. I'll swing at him again. Go.
All right.
Damage.
All right.
Did it go?
Yep,
Did it
and
go
then the
through?
2d10.
Oh, okay. Huh. Didn't look like it. Okay, cool.
Oh, and he's
Oh, is he still up?
still up. He's got 1 hit point remaining.
Come.
All right. Klaus, you get shot into the middle of the original room.
Oh,
And everyone's gone.
but hard decision as a player right now. Do I go to a different room? Or do I do what Klaus would do? Go and try to help.
You are the new Klaus now.
The reformed Klaus.
The new Klaus noticed subtle, intentional / maybe not intentional clues on the map, but those gray bars at the doorways.
Yeah, those are representing the tunnels. So in this
what?
room, the tunnels, those cylindrical tubes that have been like that first one that you went through. You passed through it twice. That one to the bottom. In this current chamber, you've got 4 such tunnels you could go in, and you just came out of the southern one.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying there's like discoloration on the one we entered in and then the one we went in. Like video game style clues. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Like this one you can interact with and the other ones you can't, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like grayed out.
It might be unintentional.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah, that's what I was...
They're all valid choices that you can make.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot back through.
All right, give me a D4.
Join my comrades.
Try to get a 1. No! So in 4 rounds, you'll join the battle. That probably won't be there. You'll be like, guys, what's going on? What's with all the bodies? All right.
Oh man.
Gas 10 is going to attempt to attack. Oh, Reggie, I should have had you do a con save.
Oh, I can do it now if you want.
Yeah, I'm assuming you'll succeed, but let's see. Oh, actually, you would have failed. We'll just we'll count this on your next turn.
Okay.
I suppose.
Well, remember he adds stuff from his aura, right? Is that getting added in there? Joe, you're muted. Sorry.
Don't apologize for my stupidity. I'm the one who should be sorry. Yeah, if I'm in my aura, if there's enough there, I have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Okay. This one is not a spell, so...
Okay. Yep.
All right. Winston, does anything good happen? Right now, they have just entered the negative energy plane, and they're fighting a bunch of ghouls inside this cylindrical pod of zero gravity. And Klaus is torpedoing back and forth between 2 of them, which is kind of funny to me. That's where we're at. Let's see. So this one misses. Gast 2 right over here was attacking the Quaddle. Gast 5 doing the same. Gast 6. The Quaddle that Cliff, that Dino summoned is immune to their attacks, which is quite useful right now. And this one moves here, tries to attack Dino. The claw. And it misses. Azad, it is your turn.
Okay, I will do the shooting thing. Shoot this guy. I hit.
Alright, so which one was that?
That was 10.
Number 10 goes down.
Alright, and then I will teleport to here and shoot. Oops, dragging my whole character sheet. Shoot this one. Hit. Oh, forgot to use this. Gast 2 it was? Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
And then I will teleport to within 10 feet of Reggie because he's got some sort of saving throw thing around him, I think. And I'll shoot this one.
Hit. Alright.
And then as my interact with objects, I'm going to kind of take out my shield.
Alright. Dino.
Alright, I'm attacking.
That's a hit. $12 damage to gas 2. Okay. It is still up. I'm sorry. Here, Dino, you have to make a saving throw. Constitution saving throw, because they smell so bad. Alright, you succeed, though. Alright, so...
I'm doing a bonus action to give Asad a bardic inspiration.
Alright. And Winston is trying to redeem a Tarask, but I don't have that as an option, so you're okay for now.
You have to wait till we're level 20 to redeem Tarasks. I think that's a rule.
Yeah.
Unwritten
Winston.
rule.
What are you doing? That's scary, man.
Quaddle attacks and misses. And, you know, the Quaddle I don't think is immune to the stench thing, but let's see. Maybe it's immune to poison. Yeah, it looks like it could be affected, so Quaddle has to do a saving throw. Should have had that going on the whole time. It succeeds. Alright, Reggie, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm at disadvantage now, right?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to kind of, if I can. Oh.
You'll be
so
at
it fails
disadvantage
next
next
turn.
time too. Yeah,
Gotcha.
we'll
Okay.
just do it that way for the. It's totally wrong, but we'll just do that.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna kind of like float above them, those three, and kind of like come at them so that I'm not in the way of the Quaddle, but still have space. So, oops. Disadvantage. Try this out. Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's a hit.
Cool. All right, and let's do. Yeah.
It is down. Floating
Cool.
body rises up to the top of the sphere.
And then I'll hack at this guy here. Ah, man. Alright. That's my turn.
All right. Round one for Klaus coming back through the tunnel. Gast 5 is attacking the Quaddle. Gast 6 is doing the same. Gast 8 is the one that's attacking Dino. Misses. And I think probably for time's sake, you guys are just going to wipe these last three out because two of them are too mindless to realize that they're not doing damage to the Quaddle. And you'll be able to take these out. So with really no consequence to the party. So we'll just skip past this.
Take that!
Can I do the whole collecting half my arrows back type thing?
Yep. And as the battle is ending here, Klaus, you get shot through. And you see all of your you see Azad floating around, collecting arrows out of the bodies of these ghouls, and you can tell this battle has just subsided and ended.
Also vomiting a little bit as I get used to zero gravity. My stomach is like sitting up here somewhere. And it's just floating peacefully away from me.
Well,
Klaus,
well
I
done.
didn't know you would run from the battle.
Well, I thought I was alone and trying really hard to get back to you guys.
You missed some of your favorite hacking and slashing.
I know. That with all these dead creatures floating about.
I have no doubt there'll be more.
Hopefully we're all together next time and I can hack and slash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So there's not much of a descript in this chamber. The spherical stone chamber is, you know, I don't know how, at least 50 feet in diameter. And in here you've got 6 circular passageways. The ones on the north and south of your map are straight shots. But the ones above you the ones on the floor and the ones to the east and west seem to have a curvature to them.
What about the one going down and up? Because you said this one does have those.
Down, up, and then to your left and to your right have the curvature. The one that you just came from on the north part of your map and the one to the south are straight.
Okay, so down and up also have a curvature. Should
Yes.
we go south or should we go down like we were going to try to do in the other room? We want to go down, all right.
Can I check for loot?
Oh, yeah.
You can. There is none to be found. You'll check out each of these bodies and they're just naked corpses. They have no equipment. They were just attacking with their teeth and their claws, and there's no remnants of anything in this empty void that's encapsulated by this kind of onyx stone. And so you will head down. Why don't you all roll me a d4?
Oh, no.
Okay. Could I trouble one of you to write that down?
I got it.
So, essentially what happens is you'll all be thrust down this other passageway, torpedoed through it just like this original one. You'll end up in a room that basically looks the same and has a bunch of ghouls that attack you just the same. But there'll be 5 passageways off of that one. I'm going to share with you real quick an image. This is kind of where you've been so far in this really crazy dungeon.
Here you go.
This is
Oh,
So you, what was that? Yeah, that was, yeah, you went down the pipe. Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, Winston says that we've come a long way from the normal times of squirrel people and death cults. It's true. So,
It's damn true.
So, all right, you have come to a place that probably very few, if any, mortals can say that they've traveled here to the negative energy plane. It's essentially the antithesis. Like, you really shouldn't be here. You get the sense that there's something about these pods that sort of preserves your energy. If it wasn't for this structure, whatever the space is around this structure would have annihilated you almost instantly. So luckily that portal brought you here instead of just the void of the negative energy plane. But you've come here to hopefully find Kestad. You've got a name for the villain now, Orcus. And he's looking for his wand. And your best guess is that Kestad knows something about that. The spirits in Renias, they said, you had asked him, Azad, how you can find it. And they seem to say, doesn't matter, you don't need to find it, just make sure he doesn't find it. So if you can eliminate those who might know, that's good enough. But it seems that Kestad is probably one of these people that he thinks has that knowledge. And so you're here to hopefully find him and deal with that one way or another. What'd you think?
Real fun.
Not bad.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
You're in the thick of the
he and
plot
Matthew
now, I think.
McConaughey. Run into him floating around in here.
He's
Hey, Alex.
40 and 100 years old.
Yes.
I noticed in my spell slots, I don't have a a spell slot for an 8th level one.
Oh, that's probably because you leveled up.
Yeah, we can add that. I can show you how to add that after this, if you want.
Basically,
All right.
I'll show you, just in case we got people out there interested in how Fantasy Grounds works. I've got Dino's sheet opened up here. So what he wants to do, he's got his spell slots here. He just leveled up and he gained, what, 1/8 level spell slot?
That's right.
So what he needs to do to add that...
Turn your little screen share on.
How do I do that?
It's right next to the turn off camera button. It's to the left.
Okay. Oh.
Nice.
So you guys can see that now?
Yeah.
I suppose you can just like focus on that in Discord now and see it full screen.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So Dino's sheet is here. What he wants to do is he wants to add an 8th level spell set. So what you do is you go down here to mode. You click that and go into preparation. And then you get these boxes here. So you can click on...
Where did you go?
You got to look at the screen share there so you can see what I'm doing on my screen. Here, I'll start over. You got that? On Discord? Do you see how my window changed to my screen?
Oh, it's so small I can't see it.
Oh, well, click on that and...
Right-click him and click focus.
And then it'll...
Cast focus.
Don't see focus. I don't know. See profile, mention,
Yep. Keep going down. It should say focus this person right below mute. Just user volume mute and then focus this person.
Got it.
Okay, so here's your sheet. You see that, Dino?
Yep.
All right, so right down here at mode, you click that and you'll go to preparation mode. And then over here by your spell slots, all you have to do is click 8th level. Right now you got 0. If I click that box, I add a 1. Then if I unclick and go back to the standard mode, now you got an 8th level spell slot.
Okay. All right.
And then to add the actual 8th level spell, you would scroll down through your spells, right? And
I already added that.
oh, okay.
Power
I
word
got
stun.
Ooh.
What a choice.
So I have a quick question about the Fantasy Grounds then too.
Sure.
If you add a spell, like how do you add like a pre-existing spell, like so that it would generate the effects and stuff for it? Do you just type in the name and then it knows, or what?
What's the spell you want to add?
Just for example, say, I don't know, say it was even just magic missile or something. I added silence for myself, which doesn't have any damage or anything on it, but it didn't come up with like, the basics. I had to enter in all this stuff myself, like all of that.
Silence doesn't really have any effects that would really interact.
Let's say it was something like Bestow Curse. I think that's a 3rd level one, maybe.
Okay. Let's take a look. Bestow Curse. 3rd level.
It might not be an actual ranger
Okay.
spell.
Yep. So this one, what does it do? Choose one ability score while cursed. The target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with that ability score.
Maybe that's a bad example. Say something just really simple like... Don't have it. Lightning arrow.
Lightning arrow. Okay.
3rd level ranger stuff.
If you pull up the spell, well, if you drop it into your actions tab, that one should have effects for it, I would think.
Okay, so I would have to go to what are you in over there? I have to go to the library to add it then, or
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you just click and drag the little circle by the spell on your spell list. It's probably it won't really have effects unless it is a mechanically doable spell. You know, like silence is kind of, right, I would say, for the most part, a roleplay spell, and so you just kind of have to roll with that. But if it like imposes disadvantage, or it does damage, or requires a saving throw, it'll probably build that into the mechanics of the description. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't, and you can do some extra homework, basically, to figure out how to code it.
Okay.
But cool. Any other Fantasy Grounds questions? Or yeah, Winston, like Fireball. If we drop Fireball in there, it'll give you, it requires a dex save, and here's the damage. And then you can just drop that on all the targets in the range of the spell.
One thing that I'll add too is I've been trying to take notes throughout, and they're all in Fantasy Grounds under notes. I'm going to try and do it for every session.
Okay, cool. Oh, another question. Can you not see like the other characters' character sheets, like even just their basics? I don't seem to be able to open anybody.
Do you have a little eye in the upper right-hand corner with a bunch of people?
Yes, like not an eye, like
so,
seeing
like a letter
like
I.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've just dropped in all the character sheets. So now you got a party sheet, and you should be able to look at their things, I hope.
I don't know.
See, my issue is I don't know what you guys can see versus what.
Yeah, I can't see that kind of stuff. At least not from what.
Okay.
Hold on. What if I do? Yeah, I have a watch order. All I have for the party sheet is a watch order and a marching formation.
Okay.
Oh, but there is party initiative or party like inventory, which could be good for putting some of that.
Yeah, we use all of this a little bit more in the subscriber games.
Okay.
Seems unlikely that I'll use this very much with you guys. Just because that's more of a old school bookkeeping kind of gaming system that we're really doing more of a storytelling based game.
Okay, cool. Those were my only questions.
Yeah, Winston brings up a good point. Subscribers represent. We do play our Keep on the Borderlands game with our subscribers, which is kind of a sandbox open world. Jump in once a month, drop in, drop out. If you're a subscriber, you can get in on those games. But trying to use Fantasy Grounds a little bit more to see how it can speed things along, and really it does a pretty useful job in tracking a campaign, which is what we've been doing with it in our subscriber game. So if a lot of this looks fun, or you just want to learn it, subscribe to the channel, and you can jump in on those games too. We'll teach you how to use it. I have the Ultimate license, which is, I think it's like a $200 license. So for merely subscribing to our channel, you can jump in and benefit from that. And play some old school D&D, old school modules using the 5th edition, the newer rule set. So that's kind of fun. experience a blast from the past by playing with the new rules. So, anyway, hope you guys have been enjoying watching these. Next time that this campaign will be live will be 2 weeks from now on January 30th at 7 p.m. The next time the channel will be live is going to be on Saturday. This Saturday, the 19th at 1 p.m. We're doing the finally, of Tales of the Shutter Mountains. We're going to be doing the Chained Coffin module. So, looking forward to seeing that wrap up and get concluded. After what has it been, like 3 months now since the last time we played that?
I don't even know.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
Tell you that my character sheet looks like it's buried under 3 months worth of stuff.
Yeah, a little dusty. All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch you soon.